Hey everyone, this is Nargile13 coming at you with another Shisha review. Today we are reviewing Fantasia Pumpkin Spice. So the smell of it, very, very pumpkiny. It's definitely, when they add the word spice in there, it definitely throws out the spice smell. Like, you can definitely get a bunch of different, it's got like the pumpkin pie smell, but with like a lot more strong.
It's almost like, you know how when you're cooking and you're using spices and whatnot, and it's like they have a certain kick to them when you smell them. It's almost like it has this in this. It's got a little kick to it, but it's definitely like more like pumpkin pie, the smell and everything. But it's got a nice little sudden kick, which obviously that's the spice part.
Yeah, and if any of you guys have tried pumpkin pie from Starbucks, it's generally the same smell, but a lot more intense in the smell. I have noticed with Fantasia, they are very, very strong on their smells.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so show the clouds here. So pretty typical Fantasia. They're pretty thick. They're not necessarily overly thick right now. I think it's just because we're not really tending to it right, but they're good. I mean, they're not terrible at all. They're definitely good.
Yeah.
The taste?
They're typical of Fantasia.
Definitely kind of from what I've also noticed from Fantasias, their smells are really strong, but the taste isn't as strong as the smell. It's definitely, the pumpkin spice is definitely kind of bold here.
Yeah.
With this, for this flavor. But I mean, it's nowhere near as intense as the smell.
Which we've noticed is the case with most Fantasias.
Yeah. But it's definitely got the pumpkin pie taste. Also, yet again, if you guys have tried pumpkin pie from Starbucks, I will say, from what I remember, I haven't smoked it in like a little under a year, but
it's been a good while.
But from what I remember, it tastes basically the same. I feel like I remember Starbuzz had more of the taste. And we have some of it, and we'll definitely get a review out on that soon.
Very soon.
But also, and then with the Starbuzz one, doesn't smell anywhere near like this as the Fantasia one. It's a lot more subtle on the smell. So it's almost after we review it, we'll find out. But from what I can remember, they're basically kind of reverse. Fantasia smells amazing, but the flavor is a little bit more subtle. And then Starbuzz doesn't smell as good, but the taste is really good.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, it's definitely a good flavor. I mean, I wouldn't not recommend it. I mean, I'd say maybe.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know, maybe 7.5, 8 out of 10?
Let me get a quick hit again. Just double check.
I'm kind of thinking I'd give it, it's really between a 7.5, 8 out of 10. I feel like 7.5 is a very underrating, but then again, I don't know.
I'd give it a 7.5. A higher 7.5, almost an 8.
If you're a person who really likes pumpkin, it would be an 8 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
But if you're just the type of person that just likes to smoke every flavor, this is more of a 7.5 out of 10.
If you're like us, it's a 7.5.
Yeah. So, and then also the cut too, because like I've been saying, Fantasia seems to be very random with their cut. It's pretty, looks more typical. Like, I mean, it's not super long stems, it's not super chopped up, but it's kind of in between. I did find a lot of big stems. I mean, like, even this one right here, that's a pretty big stem. I found one that was like twice as long as that when I first opened this, though. Wow.
I mean, that's what she said, joke, sorry.
But yeah, and then also, if you guys are curiously wondering what I'm smoking out of, I'm smoking out of my Coloma Moon single pair hookah, with my small Tanger's bowl and 3 Coca Messiahs. But yeah, so...
And a Zoom hose.
And a Najum hose. But yeah, so other than that, yeah, about 7.5 out of 10.
It's good flavor.
Good flavor. If you like pumpkin, I would definitely recommend it. And of course, I'll try to get my pumpkin pie from Starbucks out soon. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Thanks, guys.